Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. So today, well, I think it's obvious. It's like every other day, you know. Beatsaber, hey! Nothing new. I mean, I don't know what you expected, but where did we stop last time? Man, I don't know where we stopped last time. I think we might have stopped here. Maybe we stopped here, I think. So, I think we're on this one. Maybe? Hold on, let me go back and see real quick. You know what? I don't know where we stopped off last time. I think I did the master. I'm pretty sure World Wide Web, actually. I remember doing the World Wide Web.
You're shaking hands with danger.
You're shaking hands with danger. Alright. Actually, oh shoot, oh, what the heck is that? What the heck was that? Hold up. Oh, sunflower seed. Oh my god! Okay. Okay. I actually got like I think I got some good stories for you guys today. So this okay, this is like a pretty short story. So my friend's girlfriend, right? He does homeschooling, but I have 6th hour with her, and she's a grade younger than me. Oh, hold on. And I have 6th hour with her, right? And she is such a bitch. Okay. Oh my god. Like, I mean that in the I'm not even gonna say nicest way possible. Because like, alright, so she was grounded, right? And I don't usually like eat lunch. I just really just go to the balcony to chill on my phone and whatever. And I just chill on my phone up there, right? So she got grounded one day, and she came up to the balcony. So, and she didn't have her phone. So she wanted to call my friend, her boyfriend, and I said no, because, you know, that's not my fault you got grounded, like, right? And she proceeds to hit me, take my phone, and then call him. My phone was open on TikTok, so like, whew. But yeah. And I just yanked my phone back, hang up on my friend, and she starts just hitting me, right? So I go back down, and this is like all on camera too. The school has a camera up there. This is like all on camera too. So I go back, like I'm starting to go down the stairs, and she follows me saying, "Let me just call my boyfriend. Let me call my boyfriend, please, please." And lunch is like right before 6 hours. So we have lunch and then we have 6 hours. And then that was the stupidest experience ever, I'm not gonna lie. And then there was another time where she came up there. This was like a couple days ago too. And she came up there on call with my friend. And hold on. Okay. Anyway, she came up there on call with my friend, aka her boyfriend, and she comes over, just starts talking to me, and then says, "Shut up, I'm not talking to you." And she says on phone, "Yeah, he's being such a bitch right now." And I'm like, alright, whatever. So it was time to go down, so I went down. And 6th hour, right? 6th hour has a flippy-dippy signal jammer, like, in the room, and it's stupid. So she can't be on call with her boyfriend during 6th hour. So she comes and bothers me all the time during 6th hour. Or talks to this guy named Will. He's also in 9th grade. But I tell my friend one day, saying, "Yeah, she just likes talking to this dude in 6th hour." And he's like, "Wait, what?" And then I'm like, "Yeah, just her friend." And he's like, "Oh, alright." That was that. And then next day, she says, "Why'd you tell him I'm talking to him?" But anyway, back to what I was saying. So this was the last day of school, right? The very last day of school. That's what I'm saying, it happened a couple days ago. And signing a lot then. And hold on, I'm so sorry. Alright, so and then she like comes over and talks to me and this dude, and she wants me to like play a board game, and I'm not really like too sure what happened with that. She kind of like left 6th hour when I said no, and then she comes back, and oh my god, it says something. I totally forgot. Like, she says something, and then I say something, and then she said, "Shut up, or I'm telling everyone that you sexually harassed me. I'm gonna report it." And I said, "Wait, what? I never did that." "Yeah, you did." "When?" "This morning." The school has cameras, don't know that. But no, it wasn't at the school. It wasn't at the school. Oh, it wasn't at the school, right? I'm like, I didn't even go to Casey's this morning. What do you mean it wasn't at the school? Okay, so basically, my house is like 6 blocks away from the school. There is a highway, so it's like 2 blocks, a highway, and 4 blocks. Casey's is on the corner of that highway, and it's just a straight shot. Like, I leave school and I leave home and I go straight. And then I go straight, I get to the highway. I go straight, I get to school. It's not that difficult to get to school. But I didn't even interact with anybody that morning. And that's also on camera, because guess what? Me walking to school, all like the corners have cameras and stuff. So even if she were to record it, which I didn't do anything, alright? I'm just saying that right now. I didn't do anything. Oh, what the heck, bro? I didn't do anything. And it was just like crazy. It was just... It's so stupid. Like, why? But yeah, I text. So, that's the good part. Oh, another story. This is... Hold on, let's just restart that. This one's fun. So, this is when I was lived in Iowa at the time, right? And me and my friends have a fort at this pit, right? Ooh. What? So, me and my friends have this fort at a pit. It's like, we call it the island pit, right? And it's like a pretty cool fort. And, we swam to that island before. It was like awesome. But while we were planning it. I can't do that while talking. We were planning to stay the night at that pit. At our fort. Because we had in-ground heat, right? We had a fireplace. We had cooked fish. Like, we caught fish from the pit and cooked it. I built the fort mostly by myself. And it was awesome. It was like my best creation yet. In-ground heat, I mean, like, all the fancy stuff, dude. Window, door. Now, mind you, it was like 5 feet tall, but like, it was big enough for 3-4 people to sleep in. I forgot how many people were sleeping in it, but like, yeah. So, we're just having the time of our lives. 2 people are at the fire, 2 people fishing, and it's just like, this is just amazing, you know? You just love to spend like out in the nature, in your very own creation. And well, then we hear this ATV, and you know, the place that we're in is locked, and where it doesn't have a gate, it has like a giant hill, so no one could get in. Like normal truck ATVs could get in, but trucks, no, they couldn't get in, because it was like one of those like steep hills, right? And well, there was this like big flippity-doobie. There's this like big stick pile right next to our fort, but we just see a giant, like somebody fly past on a quad, and I don't want to mess up right now, hold on. And it was like, alright, well, he stopped like at that giant stick pile, so we thought he was just like going to the bathroom or something. He leaves, right? Next second, there's just this giant fire that's next to our fort. I mean, it's like 7 o'clock, so it's not dark, but it's like starting to get dark, you know? So we're like, alright, it's not that bad. And then that fire just like grows into something giant, right? If we didn't like step in to save it, it could have wrecked like the whole forest along the pit. But it was big enough, so we were like 0.3 miles out of town, maybe not even that much, but like we were quite a ways out of town, and we hear fire, like police sirens and fire. Dude, every time I'm down. This is when I wasn't living in Iowa. When we made the fort was when I'm living in Iowa. When we were gonna stay at wasn't when I was living in Iowa, if that makes any sense. But, Jesus, voice crack, you guys didn't hear anything. We just hear these police sirens, and we're like, oh, along with these, fire truck sirens, right? So, they come in, well, we're throwing sand on the fire. I mean, let me say, we contained it, like, great. If they didn't show up, we would have had it out. Like, we threw sand, we threw water on it and everything. It was going great. And, but yeah, they came out. It was mostly out already. They asked us what happened. We explained to them that it wasn't us. It was, this dude. He was like the local felon, right? The dude who did it was like the local felon, and we explained that we saw him on the red quad going away from it, and they're like, alright, so it wasn't any of you guys. No. And they talked to us individually, and we all give like the same exact story, except for the 2 people fishing. They just like said they heard a quad, and yeah. But my friend's mom and dad had to come in their ATV, or like four-wheeler, and take all of our stuff and everything over to the next pit where we didn't have anything. I forgot what we slept in. What did we sleep in? I totally forgot what we slept in. But like, I think we slept in at 10. I'm not really too sure. And it was just like, well, That's our life for the night, guys. But like, it was still a nice pit. I mean, it was shallow for like 30 feet, which wasn't the best, where the drop off was like right in front of us. I felt I liked it, but you know what? It was like still pretty good. And it's just like, huh. It was nice. I mean, that night was like very nice. Oh. Oh yeah, there was a time I broke into the school. And got caught for it. It was... Hold on. Let me focus on this one real quick. Actually, I don't need to focus on this one. So, I was in about like 6th grade when this happened. And it was... Oh... I was with two of my not friends more. I want to say those two friends weren't really great influences for me. So I kind of like left, you know. Well, like I had two friend groups. The friend group I'm still friends with that had the, that we stayed at the thing, stayed the night at the pit, and the friend group I was with. How is someone supposed to do that? Alright, anyway. Yeah, so this friend group I'm not friends with anymore. And it was the best way I can put it. There was this in the morning. It was winter in the morning. The school had the doors unlocked. This was the abandoned school. Abandoned elementary school. The school had their doors unlocked, right? So we could go inside and warm up so we're not freezing outside. But I got there early, right? Oh. I got there early. And I opened a window. Like, I unlock a window, right? So then later, after school, on it was like a Friday, so like Saturday, they had volleyball practice. And we were inside the school. I don't want to say watching because that sounds creepy. But we were exploring the school. And, well, we got down to the gym. There was volleyball practice going on. And we were watching. And then that's when one of the coaches for volleyball practice saw me. Right? So there was like multiple exits. There wasn't just one exit. So I absolutely book it. Like, I book it out of there. And before I go, I said, guys, let's go. They saw me. Right? Apparently, they didn't hear me. So, I said, or I just booked it, right? It was, remind you, it was pitch black, so even if I wanted to grab him, I couldn't. I mean, I was right next to them. But with me being right next, I was right next to them, but not in arm's reach, if that makes sense. I didn't know if they were behind me, in front of me, beside me, but I wasn't about to. I said, guys, they found me. Guys, come on, let's go. And a whisper but loud voice too. So I just like absolutely book it out of there, right? And I go through the main entrance doors, and I go home. And then about like 30 minutes go by. I go to my friend's house that was in there with me. This guy rolls down his window from the truck and said, "Hey you, stop!" Like I was like going up the driveway to my friend's house, right? And he said, "Hey you, stop! Sit down on this curb now." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I wasn't like nervous or anything. I was just like, so why am I sitting down? Now this one was in like 5th grade. I was a dumb child. And he basically explained, "So one of your buds snitched on you, saying that you went into school with them." I'm like, yeah, I did that. "Well, why would you do that?" "I don't know, fun." And then he basically had me wait for the cop, but basically one of my friends snitched on me. And when I asked him about it, right? So I asked them separately. And funny thing is, they blamed it on each other, right? Like, they said, "Oh yeah, he snitched on you." Yeah. I heard him, he snitched on me, right? So I'm like, alright, so if you guys want to play that game, I'll just do that. So, they pull up to the pit one day, and they're together, and I'm with like my friend group that I'm still friends with. And they're together too. So I'm like, alright, so which one of you snitched on me? And they're like, nah, we didn't snitch. We, like, there was like, the officer said, the officer said that, like, he saw another guy leave and stuff like that. So, like, yeah, he wanted to, like, get you, so. Yeah, they thought I was stupid apparently. So, long story short, I'm not friends with them anymore. And kids, don't sneak into your old elementary school when you're just in middle school. I mean, at least do it when you're in high school. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, that was like, I'm gonna die. That was my experience as a middle schooler, which I was a troublesome middle school, I'm not gonna lie. As like the first, this was 6th grade when I was still living in Iowa. And 6th grade, like I said, winter came, the doors got opened early, right? This was also, wait, no it wasn't. It was after we snuck into the school. Oh, what the heck? This was after we snuck into the school. This was after we snuck into the school, right? Like 2 months have gone by. It's now like, I don't know, December, maybe? I don't know. And, it's, oh shoot, what happened? Okay, so I went to school early, like I usually do. Or at least got to the bus stop early. And I was like, one of my I wouldn't say classmates got there early too. So I was like, I let my intrusive thoughts win. So I was like, what happened if I pulled the fire alarm? So about 5 minutes go by with me just sitting and staring, with me and him just sitting and staring at the fire alarm. And I'm like, I'm gonna do it. He's like, alright, do it. And wow. my intrusive thoughts won, and I did it. Fire alarm was blazing. The captain, fire chief was there. Thinking there was a fire at the elementary school, and like there was like 2 fire trucks, and my dad also was a assistant firefighter, so he called me saying, "Hey, what's happening at the elementary school? Your bus stop, blah 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 blah." And I was like, I may or may not have pulled the fire alarm, right? So right when I did pull the fire alarm though, the alarm started blinking. I ran like I was out that hole. I ran about sprinted, to be more precise. I sprinted about 2 blocks waiting for my best friend to arrive. Alright? So, I'm like, hey, guys, I'm sorry for the noise, but that was I may not have pulled the fire alarm. And they're like, what? No way! You're a psycho! And, yeah, so we walk to school together, and oh my god, what is that? And the fire chief was already there, right? So he goes asking who did it. And while he was asking that, bro, he was staring directly into my soul. My classmate was walking with me and my best friend, so he didn't tell him. But you know what was the dumb part? There was whatchamacallit watching. There was cameras watching. The camera still works from there. So, I thought he knew from the camera, so I was like, I did it. And he basically lectured me on not to do it, blah 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 blah. And yeah, it was a fun time. But whenever I pull up that story, somebody, they think I'm just joking about that, but dude, I was so popular for 3 months saying, don't pull that fire alarm now, with everyone saying that. Oh yeah, also 5th grade I played the trombone, and my nickname in middle school was trombone. So it's not good. I don't know. I thought that was just funny to say. What do we got left? Imagine Dragons? Oh wait, no, Queens before Imagine Dragons. So we got Bohemian Rhapsody, and then yeah, it But yeah, anyway, that's hi. Alright, hold on. I'll be right back.